Hi everyone, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. And before I get into the intro, let me apologise about the probably quite loud rain noise coming from outside. I was planning to do this outside with a car in the background, but you know, the British summer kind of said no for this year and absolutely chucked it down. And today I'm going to be going through my personal top 5 tips on passing your driving test first time. Weather today is absolutely torrential. What's going on? Right, so yes, before I start the video, and before you comment, oh, he doesn't look like he's passed the driving test, he looks about 12. Oh yes, I know, my hair is rather long at the moment. Makes me look younger. Yeah, these 5 tips are ones which I personally used and thought of whilst in my test. I passed with 1 minor, so I suppose it kind of worked. So yeah, let's get started. So tip number 1 is to book private lessons. Now I know this is not something which will be possible for everyone watching this video, but personally I found that it helped a lot. Now the reason for this is no matter what driving skill you have, be it if you've never driven a car before or if you've been driving for years, like what I have, I started driving when I was 6, thanks to the access to private roads. But yeah, like I was saying, no matter how much experience you've got, if you go via a normal driving school, you have to have a minimum, or what they told me, you have to have a minimum of 20 lessons. And for someone who has been driving for over 10 years, that is a bit like, really? Because that counts for learning actually how to drive and then learning how to drive on the road. Obviously all I needed to learn was how to drive on the road because I already had the basics of driving. So if you are quite experienced with driving, then I highly recommend, if possible, go and get private lessons. Why is there someone in the middle of the road? Now, tip number 2 is, again, if possible, try and do your test in your own car. Now, obviously, if you're doing lessons through a private instructor, then you're going to have to do it in your own car because they don't have like the dual controls standard learner cars. And this would mean, obviously, you get more comfortable with the car that you're in. You get to learn the clutch, for example, because I know when I first started driving, it was tough going from different cars because they all have different clutch feels, they all have the different biting point, so potentially you could still get a minor and inevitably fail. So obviously if you know the car that you're obviously doing the test in, you're more likely to feel more comfortable in it, and to be honest, it is quite a stressful time, so you need to be feeling as comfortable as possible. So moving on to tip number 3, and that is to not look at the examiner's keyboard. Now whatever you do, just don't look. Now I know that if I say, oh, don't look, the first thing you're going to want to do is look. But if you make a small mistake, or if you do something good, they will write something down. And if you don't know what you've done, which is kind of what happened to me during my test, when they write something down, you think, oh god, have I just failed? Have I just made a massive mistake or something? Just don't look at what they're writing or anything, because that'll take your attention off the road, and they probably will be looking to see if you make a mistake whilst they're writing something down, because see, if you're looking at there, then you can drift into the other lane, for example. So obviously that would mean probably an instant fail. I'm not 100% sure, but it probably would. Now tip number 4 is something which is probably quite self-explanatory, and that is to know the area you're doing the testing. The reason I say that is because for me, I learned to drive in my nearest city, but sometimes in, say, for example, your nearest you do it first thing in the morning, you're kind of still half asleep, which is sometimes bad, I know, but you haven't got time to really get properly nervous about it. But the second reason is the more important one, and that is that the examiner is not allowed to take you in the really busy areas of the city which you're doing your test in. Now that is a huge bonus, obviously, because one, you're stuck in rush hour. So for most of the test, you're literally being tested on clutch control and general awareness of working in blind spots and all that. So there's that, and also you can't go to the big busy places, which is normally where most people make mistakes. So yeah, that is at the end of the video. There are my top 5 tips on passing your driving test first time. I hope that has been an informative video. It's something a bit different, but I am aiming to do a few more videos kind of aiming at people my age, because I know that my audience is kind of my age or younger, and to do videos such as like how to pass your driving test or tips on buying your first car, that's coming soon. I think that'll be better because first of all not many people do it, and also it may benefit you guys more. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do make sure to hit that like button. As always, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Plenty more videos of these coming soon. Yeah, thank you very much for watching.